moved out of Houston and also is being held here in Delhi. A dialogue through which we are able to see what is happening currently in the energy sector and getting a dialogue of this global standard with participants coming from all over the world, participants who are domain experts coming over and speaking particularly in an India which is looking at transformational changes and also in the light of the kind of commitment that Prime Minister Modi has made in COP21, I think acquires great significance. So I appreciate the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and also the organizers of this ceraweek for maintaining this commitment that you shall hold this dialogue in India post 2017 and subsequently every year after that. It gives us a great scope to understand what is going on and also to reiterate our commitments. A commitment which was made by Honorable Prime Minister in the COP21. With that said, India's energy and energy commitments pose a lot of challenges. And if it poses a lot of challenges, we also have a leadership which is politically very committed to balance on the one hand the commitments given in COP21 and also to make sure that every Indian gets the basic energy requirements as was shown in the last tenure of Prime Minister Modi. And fortunately the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and myself were very much a part of that government too, to push liquefied petroleum gas, the LPG, which goes in the form of a cylinder, standalone cylinder, to every house with solar desire at a time. And to have a target of 8 crore families to be reached and having achieved that by September 2019 is something which could be achieved only because of the commitment of the government and the drive which the Prime Minister gave from it. And I really appreciate the effort of every one of the officers and staff members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry who took it upon the cliche phrases on a mission mode. But many things are done in a mission mode. But this was actually something where 8 crore women today have a better kitchen because of the way in which we've reached each one of those. And the earlier imbalance which grew in urban areas having a lot more LPG and not so much rural, or some parts of India, even in the rural, having it but not other parts, have all now been leveled. So as a result, you have a situation where the government's commitment to reach out to its citizens, rich or poor, to have better environment-friendly cooking medium was achieved. If that focus was given because we were concerned about the women in the kitchen and also efforts to gather biomass which we did not want, firewood which we didn't want, which is part of the biomass. If that was achieved, the other where electricity had to reach homes, every house to have at least a connection, which wasn't achieved earlier. And this is something which we, matter of fact, have to face. In all our 70 years, we kept moving in wanting to achieve that goal. But it was in the last 5 years that the achievement of reaching at least 12 crore, or probably even slightly more number of families or households with electricity has also been reached. All this in a country which constitutes 18% of the global population, but yet is only at about 6% level in terms of using primary energy sources. So the point that I would like to put before you is here's a government which is committed for energy security for India, but an energy security which is not blindly using non-environmental friendly sources. But yet, of course, there is a challenge in that many of our existing thermal units still depend on coal. But I'm conscious that the ministry is carefully moving forward in moving away from coal-based, but in a steady timeline given kind of a manner, to renewable sources. And the commitment given in terms of renewable sources of energy, however big the challenges be, we'll do everything to take our steps forward to make sure the commitment for solar energy, particularly that which has been given, will be honored. We shall do everything that it takes, and I don't need to speak even a word about Prime Minister's commitment to what he's agreed. He's agreed to in Paris in COP21. As regards the levels of energy, renewable energy that we shall target and reach, we shall do everything that it takes to reach. And I also would broadly want to highlight the concern, and a justifiable concern, about honoring contractual commitments, irrespective of where it emerges from or whether you have reasons for it or not. I'm not even getting into that debate. But we as a nation are concerned, and we are doing everything possible to make sure commitments are honored. That shouldn't worry those investing or those who are really interested in building capacities in India for energy and energy security. So I'm conscious at a time when we are talking, even as we are talking about uncertainties which will prevail, but it's understandable, and without taking any sides, I can very clearly tell you that the commitments will be honored, and therefore investors need not have that as a concern. Even as all this is being talked about, I would certainly like to hear from this August gathering, and I shall closely follow with my colleague to find out what is the kind of output which this dialogue has had. I'd certainly like to be keen on knowing what are the kind of challenges that this dialogue is seeing in the near future. The speculation about oil, the crude oil prices, the kind of flow, and in certain areas, particularly areas which are very critical for the flow of crude oil, coming under heavy insecurities, production capacities of oil, all these pose very serious challenges, not challenges which the world has not seen before. Earlier cycles have also seen oil-related speculative tendencies. But I'm sure today, in a world where not just oil, not just the crude, but there are ever so many other sources of energy which most countries are driving to get onto their basket. The challenges in widening this basket, and also challenges for countries like India, where we still have a very big gap between energy consumption and what it is got to be ideally. We'd like to move forward towards providing better energy security for the country, and also from a very wide basket. So I'd like to hear from the dialogue as to what exactly are the challenges for a nation like India to want to widen its basket, and also to make sure that the basket consists of various different sources and not excessively rely on any one particular source. Towards all this, I think from our ministry and also from the government in general, we have taken every step to make sure the atmosphere to invest is going to be friendlier. Not just in terms of reducing the regulatory mechanisms and their calibrations, and to make it all simple, but also to make sure the tax incidence itself is brought down. And that's where the recent announcement, well after the budget itself was announced, on cutting down the corporate tax, was done with an intention to make India an attractive destination. And also, when we did it, we just didn't bring the tax down, we also brought it down without any other ifs and buts added to it. There are no more, you pay this much tax, but then you enjoy something else in terms of the exemption. You pay this much tax, but that exemption is this. So these confusions are completely being removed. A simple pay this much and that's over and done with the tax kind of an approach has been taken. We have not shut the door for others who want to continue being where they are with the exemptions, because it's it's not fair to expect people to translate from one scheme of things to another in a short notice. So we've allowed both to run parallel. But of course, with a clear idea that if you would want to move from one to the newer, you're moving to a regime which is far more simple and